Welcome, beautiful yogis. We are going to relax together for the next hour and some in the restorative practice, where I will guide you through various prop situations, and we will rest in our breath and some reflections. I'm so glad to see you, and some of you are already in the opening pose, which is also known as open book pose. So your props would be 2 blocks, the bolster, and come to sit at the end of the bolster. Get really close to the end of the bolster and lie on your back so that you are right in the middle of your bolster. And we've got blankies, each side blankies or pillows to support the legs as they fall away from each other. And like the pages of a book, we have that central spine letting the folding outwards occur as we rest back. So as you settle in, see how this feels for you. We are all with different body shapes and vulnerabilities, injuries. So get settled in a way that works for you. And once you lie back with the shoulders falling away and the open heart, please close your eyes. And this too is a kind of falling back into our own sense of our inner body. And without that outer stimuli around us, we can enter this other domain. Please inhale through your nose. Such a full, lovely breath, and then blow it away with a dandelion breath. And we'll do a few more of those. So tend your breath, let it be generously full. And then slowly, smoothly blow it away. That said, smoothly is a cultivation. And if you've been practicing, we've been practicing for years together, you have a sense of how that feels. And if you're new to pranayama, breath practice, it might be a little choppy. So we come as we are, we meet ourselves exactly as we are in this moment. Practicing now, nose in, blowing it out. And it's a gentle blowing away. And the blowing away continues until there's no breath left. And maybe you could drop into a heartbeat of 2 without any breath at all. See how that feels for you. So we've set up the body. We always begin with the physical form of our being in yoga. And then we go into the breath to support and nourish this shape. And we found that this way of breathing affects our nervous system. And in this practice, our intention is to calm and relax. So these are the breath practices we'll be doing, calming and relaxing. And the long dandelion exhale with a little pause at the end is sending a signal to your nervous system. It is time to let go the vigilance and move into calm and ease. And then we'll continue the same pattern of breathing, but instead of blowing it away, just exhale through your nose. And so still long and slow, the nose releases the breath, and then it also will tell you, inform you of the state of your nostrils. If you are congested, it'll feel different. And it may mean that you need to keep exhaling through your mouth. But whichever way you're breathing, let your exhalation be longer than your inhalation. As maybe with the next exhalation you could release your shoulders down a little bit more, each side of this bolster setup. And so the body gives way to gravity. This too sends the signal of it's time to relax and calm down, to center and to ground your body, ground your mind into your body by feeling now your tailbone, your buttocks, your feet, your arms, your hands, all the parts that are touching the ground or props. And the exhale now as though into the earth, breathing out into the ground beneath you. The inhale remains through your nose. It's generous. It rises from your belly upwards to your ribs, to your throat, where we hover a heartbeat or two here. The exhale, the sense of breathing out into the space, the support beneath you. So we set out on this journey together, this journey to the inner sanctuary of our being, where we are safe and quiet, where we can replenish. We stay a while in each pose. So that the body and gravity find their way into a greater opening. The body finds its path to a little supported stretch. Can you feel that? Across your upper chest, through the shoulders. Perhaps you could feel it in your belly. At the inseam of your legs, your groin. So all there is to feel, and you will feel the parts in your body that are signaling you for attention, beginning now to listen to that. Perhaps your right groin is saying, oh, that's enough already. What you could do in that case is just double up your blankie or your pillow so that your knee is not as far outward, but a little lifted to ease that inward stretch of your groin, the inseam. And while it is wonderful to adjust the props, the invitation is to arrive at a place where you can be, and all there is your breathing body. We focus now on changing the rhythm of the breath to equal in and equal out. So if you are inhaling to a 4 count, do the same for the exhale. Or you might be doing a 5 count or 6 count, depending on your breath capacity, with the knowing that there's no point in building the length of your breath until your body is ready. Because then we're chasing and demanding and making things happen, which is completely contrary to the intention of our practice, to align with the breath, to allow the shaping and the breathing. And we're here for 3 more cycles of your breath. The invitation now to bring your knees back up together. Help them up. Yep, they've been out there for a bit. Now walk your feet a little wider apart and lean your knees in again. So the knees touch and the feet are wider, giving a little bit of space to the sacrum. And then please gently roll on over to one side. You can leave the bolster set up, but we're going to transfer the body into a forward-facing pose that we call revolved child's pose. So you could come onto 4s, open up one of your blankets, and it's right up to the bolster. Kneel onto that blankie, walking your knees a little to the right so that you can sit down on your left butt cheek. And then we've got this lovely blankie here, still there, for the top knee to rest on. And so for some of us, we like to double that up, especially if you're a little wider in the hips. Double it up. So your legs are comfy. And now we're going to situate the upper body, a hand on each side of your bolster. Turn your ribs leftwards, and then come forward, right down the middle. And rest your left ear. And position your arms each side. Gravity takes them. See if it's a lot on your left hip. It might be. In which case, just inch your way slightly away from the bolster. Adjust. Make a little micro adjustment. And settle into this shape. Where you can rest and breathe. And we're going to have a little chant now. Little chant we haven't done for a long time, the Gayatri Mantra.
Suvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्
Remembering to bring your breath right into your back body as you rest in this shape just a little longer. The Gayatri mantra is honoring the light that pervades and creates and is this universe, and that is us. तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि
धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्
So gently, gently make your way back up and gently transfer yourself to the second side. So all we do is come to fours, plop down on the right butt cheek and angle again the same way towards the bolster. Lying forward, rotating your spine now the other way, settling in here as we did. Breath into your back. And so slowly, slowly, use your arms to press on up again, to come out of the second side of revolved child's pose, and to set up for the third in this sequence, which is actually child's pose itself. And we could do that by widening the knees, sitting back on the blankie. I've put a blankie between my behind my thighs because my knees hurt in this. So you could do that too. And then just lie forward and rest in this place. And for some of us, this is an impossible pose. And so we do crocodile pose instead. And for that, you're just going to lie on your tummy. But the dummy is supported by the bolster. So bring the bolster across your mat, take the blocks out of the way, and then we let the legs just stretch out. So there's no pain in the knees in this one. As you lie forward and rest your brow either on your piled up hands or on the mat or on a pillow. For some of us, it's helpful to just turn the head to one side. So this pose takes us really close to the ground, perhaps tucked in small in child's pose, to create a place of inward safety, where we can really, really rest in the breath. Surrender to the terrain and shape your breath to measure equally in and out. To bring a beautiful, calm, balanced state to our being. And so when I first started yoga, many, many, many years ago, I always thought I had to get somewhere, to reach some destination. I understood it to be enlightenment or nirvana. But I've since learned that all we need to get to is being here now. This breath, this state of being with all its comforts and discomforts, and letting it be as it is, and resting in the breath. And so as Jack Cornfield puts it, nirvana isn't in the Himalayas. It's not in some ancient text or some esoteric imagination. It's the invitation to find a peace in your own heart amidst change. So this is where we are now. And so let your heart be as it is, pressed down, shaken, running over. Don't be in a hurry to heal. Your wound, your pain, exudes illumination that can only ferment in a human cask. A human cask. Oh, that's our body. Something glows, pressed from each cell, from every atom of flesh, from a proton's molten core overflowing in the bindu between this breath and the next. So beautiful, yogis, let's gently make our way out of child's pose. And you could do that by coming again up to all fours. And so whether you're walking your knees forward or lifting your hips, from here we'll set up to our next pose, which is going to be seated forward bend. And for that we'll use the blocks. And we'll build a little table, putting the bolster over the blocks. You can always use your chair or your coffee table. And then we want to sit on a blankie. So fold your blankie so you can sit on it. And now you could choose your leg position. Feel free to be cross-legged or straddle-legged, so that would be wide legs. And what matters is the distance between where you're sitting and your support. So you can measure that according to your spinal length, how tall you are, and also how open your hips might be here. Some of us want a higher table. So please make your table higher with more props, more pillows, as you need. It's really nice to be able to rest your forehead in this shape. It offers a place to calm the part of our brain, the executive brain, that's mostly busy being executive. The invitation is to be in your breath and your body, in the feeling of the breath in your body. Being present with what's comfortable and what's not comfortable, and see if you can let it be. And of course, if you can't let it be, you're going to change your setup and make it more comfortable, more supportive. What that amounts to is that there's no point in being in a struggle with your body, with yourself, because you can't get comfortable. Make your table higher. Get your legs situated in the way that works for your body. And then settle into your own being with your even breathing. Because we are so much more than this physical body. But it is where we begin and where we live and where we want to heal. Our tightness, our physical body is very much built by the food we eat, but also by the thoughts we think and where we put our attention. This human cask. Funny word, cask, because our body is in constant change. Each breath, each thought propels a new sensation, a new pulse. Just being in the middle of that with your breathing is enough. Another way this pose can be done is at your dining table, chair for seat, and table for brow and elbows. And when the executive mind calms down, all that planning, thinking, reflecting, we come to the waves of grace, that is our breath. These waves of breath can take us to distant shores of calm and peace. Infinity breaking on finite shores. The life force flowing through the parts of you that ache. Life's scars, be they in your body or in your emotions. We all have them. Resting in your conscious breaths. And now, beautiful yogis, we're going to slowly make our way up out of the seated forward bend to come into a seated position. So this time I invite you to keep your spine upright and your legs crossed, or you could do this seated on a chair, as we're going to do a little pranayama here before we go on. Feel free to lean against a wall if your back is tired. And it's Nadi Shodhana, which is a clearing of the energy channels, and it's also known as alternate nostril breathing. This is how it goes. Your right hand thumb closes your right nostril. Your index and middle finger could rest at your brow, and will inhale through your left nostril, the one that's open. Breathe in. As you rise to the fullness of your breath, bring your ring finger of your right hand. Close off that left nostril, lift your thumb and exhale through your right. Hold the breath out through the right nostril and now breathe in through the right nostril. And when it's enough, it's full, we're going to switch. So close your right, open your left, and we'll exhale through the left nostril. And keep the left open for inhale left. And again, at the fullness moment, switch sides. Exhale right. And when that breath ends, we'll inhale right. Switching at that moment at the top. Exhale left. Long, slow, and so relaxed. To keep the left open, to breathe in. Please switch at the top. Exhale right. And right side, inhale. And so the pattern is simple. We breathe out on the opposite side. And we breathe in on the same side. And so stay with this pattern in a timing of breath that works for you. Slow is good because it brings that sense of calm. We're breathing through the lunar channel, through the solar channel in the yogic understanding of the energy body, which balances sun and moon. Sun standing for the active side of us, or the masculine side of each of us, and the moon standing for the feminine, the receptive. So active, receptive, we balance them. We need both. We can also understand this in the more Western way of brain hemispheres. Balancing left and right brain hemispheres so they can work together for optimal brain functioning. Beautiful, everyone. We're going to complete this practice with the left side exhaling, and we'll stay a moment seated upright and sense the feeling of the breath through both, coming in and out, both nostrils now. Tending the feathery lightness of air, moving up and moving back down through the nose. This is a powerful practice to calm and focus and balance. Lovely, everyone. And so now seamlessly, keeping this lovely state of being, let's come onto the back, and we can use our table for the legs. So this is elevated legs position. Now some of you might have wall space that you can go to the wall and bring your legs up the wall. It's a lovely alternative to this. Both raise the legs above the heart, and both support the back, which has been stretching forward, rotating, sitting up. and now gets to lie down. So once you're settled in this elevated legs position, sense your upper back and your shoulders resting. Sense the back of your heart at ease. Most of us find this a deeply relaxing place to be. With the waves of grace, our breath can flow with ease. And the deeper calm and centeredness that follows the pranayama we just completed. So let yourself be breathed here. So it's not so intentional, it's more witnessing the breath that comes and goes. But stay linked in with the movement of the breath. Are you in touch with your breath? So if the mind is busy, which of course it often is, we could do the square breath. So if your mind is busy, or if you'd just like to do the square breath, because it does build our capacity to breathe deeper and stronger, it strengthens our breathing organs, diaphragm and lungs, strengthens our will as well, our focus. So this is how it goes. We in for a count of 4. We hold the breath full for a count of 4. And then we let the breath go out smoothly for a count of 4. And at the end, we rest with no breath for a count of 4. And then we begin again. Let's see how it goes. Holding focus, relaxing on those holds. Smooth exhalation. And then the sense of dropping into emptiness. In that time we are without breath. And then the wave begins again. So when it feels enough, just relax in the natural breath. And if you're enjoying it, just stay with it, the square breath. To know, to remember that we are all affecting the world every moment, whether we mean to or not. Our actions and the state of mind matter because we're so deeply interconnected with one another. So as we're doing here, working on our own consciousness, this is the most important thing that we're doing at any moment. And as Ram Dass says so beautifully, being love is the supreme creative act. Being love is the supreme creative act. yogis, let's complete the elevated legs position. And you could do that by drawing your knees in, give yourself a little hug. We're going to redo our props completely, so a little hug and a little roll. And then make your way up to set up for supported bridge pose. So those blocks that form the table become little footrests at the bottom of your mat. And the pillow, please leave it just above your mat because we won't use it in bridge. And I like to get into bridge this way. Lying down with the bolster under the knees so that the feet can press down and the hips can lift into bridge and pull the bolster under and then rest. Rest your hips, maybe rest your legs, your feet on those blocks, forming little footrests. You can also angle the blocks so they catch you just at the ankle. Your heels can be hanging out over. See what feels lovely for your body. And then snuggle your upper back, the back of the heart. Closing your eyes and returning again to this feeling that's here. So we always show up exactly as we are in this moment and accepting how we are in this moment. And while Ram Dass may tell us that being love is the most conscious and supreme gift, it's not always accessible. Sometimes we're triggered and hooked into stories, relationships, mishaps. And so then it's self-love, self-forgiveness, self-acceptance that can see us through. And how sometimes that calls on the other beautiful quality, which is patience, patience with ourselves. So this breath cultivation makes all of that a lot easier. We disentangle the narratives that form our dramas. We come down to the feeling of the bare bones of this body being breathed. Each breath a wave of grace, each breath a prayer. And you could place your prayer on your breath, your personal one. Or it can be without words at all. So let's gently segue to this final pose, which is Savasana. So as you bend your knees, you can lift your hips to push the bolster down towards your feet and let your back come right into the mat. Tuck the tail, maybe give yourself a little hug. And then that blankie might be there just above your head. Bring it in so it supports your head and the nape of your neck, leaving your shoulders and arms free of that. And sense the ground beneath your entire body and how it is supported. For most of us, this is very accessible and very doable and very lovely. So making your way with all the props that you like. And today I'd like to guide you through this extraordinary body, beginning at the feet. And so let your awareness come to your feet and however they are positioned. Mostly they just flop. The heels connecting to the surface. Be it your mat, be it your blocks, doesn't matter. Feel your feet and your heels. And now bring your awareness up from the ankles and the shin bones to your knees, your both knees. Feel, sense your knees, this extraordinary joint that puts up with all that we do. Run, play sport, do yoga, hike, go down steps. And pray. The knees do a lot. So love your knees. Feel them, sense them, thank your knees. Now bring the awareness from the knees, through your thighs, to your groin, your sacrum, the intersection between your legs and your torso, the hips, that meeting place. It will also include here the low belly, this band of your body. Feel it, sense it, accept it, love it. We move the awareness up the low back to the back of the heart, and from the low belly upwards to the heart. The lungs, and the basket of bones that encloses them, the ribs. Breathe, love, accept this part of your body that also does so much. And then the sense of your shoulders and arms and hands. The hands, tools of the heart, that also do so much. Gratitude to the arms, the hands. Awareness now to the intersection of the torso, and the head, which is, of course, the neck. The throat. How we can feel breath here. How we can make sound here, how we can use language and make music. And how we can say what needs to be said. And we bring the awareness now over the face. There's only one face in the universe like yours. So treasure the face you have. And how it holds the eyes, the mouth, the nose, the ears. Most of our intersection with the world outside, our senses are here. Acceptance, gratitude, love for your face and your brain. And we go to the third eye point between the physical eyes is that third eye, that single point. Rest here a moment. Gratitude for this place that we can be internally, where it's quiet, where it's spacious. And now the awareness coming to your crown. And where, for in this moment, we celebrate our own coronation, 1,000-petaled lotus flower that rests on our head. So beautiful, and it is our doorway from the human body into the divine, the place we come into as we incarnate, where it's said we go out when we leave the physical body. It's also where we can really connect with all that is. It is exquisitely beautiful, your crown. So carry it as a royal. And then, beautiful yogi, sense the space all around the body. Your personal space, your auric field. It's filled with your beauty, your thoughts, your heart's longings, your suffering. And sense its largesse. It's huge. You can make it bigger. Now I invite you to bring your awareness back into the physical body and into your heart. Can you feel its beat, its pulse? feel free to place your hands on your heart and treasure your heart. This too, an interface between giving, receiving, connecting with one another. And so the final part of our practice now, to feel the gratitude at the heart, to feel the love, and to share it, to just give it away to your dear ones. And to the world, so that all beings may have all needs met, and that all beings may remember who they are. And so, beautiful yogis, we complete our practice now with the moving of fingers and toes. Have a little stretch, and of course, if you want to stay as you are, you can. Otherwise, just roll on your side and come on up to sit as we close the practice. With prayerful hands and a bow to all that is within me and within you. Namaste.